Fox News alert now because there is a new lead investigator now just assigned to the bizarre murder case involving a famous disabled Olympian known as the Blade Runner, Oscar Pistorius, accused of killing his girlfriend Rena Steenkamp on Valentine's Day. The now former top detective has been dropped from the case because he is facing murder charges, possibly himself. Bill Daly, former FBI investigator, here on this case now. Good morning to you, Bill. Nice to see you. I mean, it's just bizarre. You've got a lead investigator who made his case before the judge just yesterday. And now we find out he's facing 7 attempted murder charges. I've got a flurry of questions. Yeah. But how does this happen, or why do you not put a different investigator on the case to begin with?
Well, not knowing all the facts behind it, it could have been as simple as, first of all, he's still on duty. He wasn't suspended because these charges and allegations have been out there for a while, so he's been on duty. Perhaps it was his rotation. Perhaps he was the one who showed up because it was the night he was assigned, to that area, and that was him taking the lead on this case. So I think, something like that, first probably started, and now as more light is drawn upon it, they've now retracted and taken him off of the case because obviously it's not going to play out well.
Fundamentally, does this affect the case now that you have a new lead detective or investigator rather, that's been assigned?
It's interesting, Bill, is that this case will be tried in front of a judge. This is not a jury trial down in South Africa. Single man. Single man. So as opposed to in the past, you're concerned about how this may taint the jury pool, a perception of perhaps some collusion or perhaps somebody who's not credible. In this case, you really have to worry just about the judge, which may be as difficult as it is to deal with a potential jury pool. However, I think right now we're looking at a case where, many times detectives, for whatever reason, pass away or incompetent or incapable of being able to testify in cases as they come down through their process. And I think, by changing out and bringing a lead detective or a lead person, they said their top cop at this point, isn't going to have a dramatic effect. I don't think so.
At the moment, you're okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
Let's see what kind of new layers peel off this onion. Because a lot of times what the defense attorneys will do, they'll take the case and they'll turn it on the police. And they'll put them on trial.
Well, they always do, especially if there's evidence that points, negatively towards their person. I mean, they're gonna make a case where they're gonna try to say, well, it was in some way collusion or tainted, or he didn't do a proper job because he was distracted or otherwise was not competent. But I think at this point, there's no problem with them making the change. I think the facts, the two cases are unrelated. And so they can kind of draw a line to say, listen, that didn't affect the way that he behaved as kind of lead investigator during the first few hours of this investigation. But as you said, time will tell, and this case is not over yet.
One more query here. This is one of the most well-known people in the entire country of South Africa. He's a multimillionaire. He's got a lot on the line. You smell a rat?
I don't smell a rat, but I don't think what has been put forward, if this is my view, I don't think what's been put forward as being a defense is one that ultimately will come out as the reasons behind.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate your insight on this. Okay. Bill Daly here with us in